Battlefield 6's new update is receiving a lot of mixed reviews regarding the new map and whether or not the balance changes actually did something. Personally, my experience has been great. Hagental Base is a great addition to the game, the audio and bullet registration has somewhat improved, and the bike can turn into a rocket. DICE, please keep this. Hey team, I hope we're having a fantastic day. The second phase of Battlefield 6 Season 2 released a couple of days ago. It's got some problems. It may not have fixed what people wanted, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons, ranging from the content, balance changes, and hidden change. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So first of all, we actually ended up receiving 5 new attachments. Previously, it was stated we would only receive the TAC Light Hip and Aimed, along with the Violet Laser, but we also got a new thermal scope and flashcom. Let me tell you, these attachments are very good, game-changing even. The Violet Laser buffs your movement accuracy, the flashcom is an alternative to a suppressor for gun builds now, and the TAC Lights can become flashbangs. And they're all cost relatively cheap for the attachment points. The thermal sight is good as well, but it does cost 35 points, so yeah. You can unlock them in the Season 2 hardware challenges for relatively easy tasks, being get 20 kills in an objective zones and earning score, dealing 1000 headshot damage, and get kills and multi-kills. Now, the hidden change is that DICE has reverted some of the movement nerfs that came out last major update regarding the slide and acceleration, which I personally think is a good thing and feels a lot better. However, whether this was intentional and if it will get reverted again is anyone's guess. I hope they don't, but yeah. So, the roster of Battlefield 6 maps definitely leans towards the smaller to medium size, and we definitely want more large maps. However, Hagental Base is a great addition and definitely fills the role of the meat grinder chaos map. It is meant to be the new locker or metro for this battlefield, and I personally believe it has filled that role. They said it was more metro inspired, but I personally think it leans more towards that locker or even redacted feel, but with a little more variety with all the flanking routes and opportunities with the destruction. From the mass destruction, small corridors and open caverns, it follows a 3-lane design, each offering a different feeling. And the number of flanking routes and variety is incredible. Underneath the C flag has an underground section that can open up, allowing you to cross between the whole middle of the map and head towards each base, along with a huge number of breakable walls. It's just overall has a good flow, and with people learning it more over time, it'll obviously change how the flow goes, and people will learn all the rat spots and whatnot, but it'll probably end up being rather loved. Regarding the 2 new guns, the CZ3A1 isn't unlockable until next week's challenges are available from the looks of things, unless you pay for a bundle or tier skips, which needs to be changed. But from the looks of things, it is a fantastic gun. The VZ61 is unlockable through a challenge of getting 300 damage with secondaries. I will admit, it's not as good as I thought it would be. The 10-round magazine as a base definitely hurts it, with how many bullets it requires to get the kill, along with its 60 attachment point limit. You can get a 20-round mag, but it will use up all your attachment points. Over time, I may use it more, I may change my mind, but yeah, it's not exactly what I hoped it would be. The new dirt bike is also a lot of fun. It feels good to drive and handle, you can do backflips, and it will definitely increase the sandbox fun and creativity. Also, it has been added to most of the maps that I've played, which is a good thing. And yeah, as you saw at the start of the video, launching is back and will definitely provide some great battlefield moments and trick shot opportunities. The night mode is cool, but I wish it was for the whole map on Conquest or Breakthrough rather than the smaller game modes, in addition to the night vision goggles having the battery function. So hopefully they will change it or add it to multiple maps, but yeah, it's cool, but just not what I was hoping for. Now onto the major gameplay changes, being the audio, netcode, and weapon progression. The audio has improved. You can now pinpoint where people are coming from their footsteps more reliably. I've noticed the jet volume differences and tanks aren't sneaking up on me. It's not perfect, but as I said, more reliable now. Now, for the netcode and hit reg, I personally have noticed improvements. Bullets feel like they're hitting more consistently, and I've dined around corners a little less. However, I have heard that people aren't noticing changes or that it's even worse, so let me know how it is for you. Finally, the weapon progression. The 60% on the secondary weapons is awesome. It makes it way easier to level them up. The new XP curve for the primaries being roughly 50% faster in the early levels and 15% overall surprisingly did make a bit of a difference. I thought 15% wouldn't be enough, but so far it feels a bit better, especially around that 20-30 mark for levels and getting through those initial levels. It feels much faster, much more rewarding. It can definitely be improved. It's not perfect, but it is an improvement. Now, I can't speak for gun levels ranging between that 40-50 mark. So, again, let me know how it is for those levels if you're up there. But I will eventually get there and be able to have a say for that. Other noticeable changes include a new stat screen for the guns, showing recoil amounts, long-range damage and spotting ranges, along with much more, which is a very welcome addition. The new revive icon is a lot more noticeable and is very welcome. And finally, fire is fixed, which is very noticeable on Hagenthal base. One bug I have noticed is weapon levels have disappeared in the loadout section until you click on the gun to customize it. Also, the mortar change is very questionable. Could be because it's new, so a lot of people are using them, but yeah, they're more annoying now. I just want to quickly go over two new skins I saw for the SAW 556 and the P90. The SAW skin is kind of like a variation of the Mastery skin, but a bit less shiny. And I reckon the more controversial one will be the P90 skin being futuristic. However, I personally think they look awesome and are still grounded in the sense that they're not over the top and ridiculously colourful. Especially the P90. I think it just looks awesome. Overall, this update definitely improved my Battlefield experience, and the quality of content is great. DICE definitely cooked with this map, and some of the changes. Is it the large maps, TTK and vehicle balance? No. But it's a step in the right direction. Let me know how you feel about this update and whether or not you guys can actually feel changes. Like and subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day.